So I just found out that I got these things, man.
Oh God.
What they call feelings.
All kinds.
Yeah, and it's just like it's different ones.
Yes. Hello and welcome. I'm Ebony.
And I'm Nico.
And we are
EboNics Podcast.
Where
we're building a language around life, love, and legacy.
What are we talking about today?
Today we are doing part 2 of our notes from the Love Hour conference. You took notes. I did not, but you took great notes. So, but we had a couple speakers that we really enjoyed, and we started to have good conversations, and we were just like, you know what, let's save this for the podcast. So we want to go over those notes and talk through them with you guys, and hopefully it's a good time.
Last week was on sex, and today is communication.
Correct. It wasn't last week, but the last episode.
Right.
Yeah, it was on sex. A lot of sex, which is a good thing. But this time we're going to talk about communication, which could hopefully lead to more sex. So what you got?
The first speakers we'll reference were Melanie and Seth Studley from
Anatomy of Marriage
podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super dope. Check them out. Some little plug. I like them, man. Get them some love.
And they gave us 3 points to walk away with and digest. One was you cannot do a don't. So you should identify your needs instead of saying what you don't like.
Which I think is extremely helpful, because a lot of times I tend to just say what I don't like. Don't do this, especially when it comes to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think that right there is this is something great to carry on to our parenting. Yeah. Because I always say, stop, don't do this. But if you never tell them what to actually do, then
instead,
absolutely, you're kind of doing a half job. I don't think we really struggle with this, especially since we've been like doing the work and kind of like learning what we need.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are pretty clear, as far as we know, on what we're asking the other person to do. Can you think of something that you've just been like, don't do this?
Not recently. You used to literally put your clothes on the floor next to the hamper.
It sounds crazy.
It was crazy.
But it felt normal. I feel like the clothes that I was done with goes in there, but my work clothes, they probably just stay right there, just because I put my work clothes on again. But you never told me what to do. Clothes. You never told me what to do. You just said, don't do this. And I'm like,
what do
I do with these clothes then?
Okay.
Boom. Mm-hmm. You got to be clear, babe. I can't do what don't.
Babe, you should put your shoes on the shoe rack by the front door and not next to it.
I went to put on my shoes the other day, and they were right there in front of the shoe rack, and I was like, this is what she be talking about. Yeah. All right.
How am I doing?
You're doing great. You're doing great. I need to do better, clearly.
No, you told me not what fancy kitchen stuff not to put in the dishwasher.
Yes. Instead of saying don't do that, but I showed you a proper way to clean it. Like the blender.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
I'll put a whole cast iron in the dishwasher.
Yep, but it's fine. We saved it. It's
good.
Good.
I still am not comfortable cleaning those. I just leave them.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, what else?
Clearly express requests versus demands. So a request, we decided to change the word demands.
Yeah.
What did we say?
Request versus requirement. Yeah.
So a demand is...
Why did you like the word demand?
I don't know. It sounds very militant.
Like a negative connotation, like an abusive relationship or something? Like what?
Yeah, it just sounds very aggressive.
I demand you go in there and you cook me dinner, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So we're doing requests versus requirements.
So how would you define a requirement?
A requirement is when I ask you to do something, and if you do not do it, it will not be okay. A request is something that I may ask for, but if you say no, I'll be fine.
Is it a preference, or because I want to make it crystal clear for even the people out there, like, is it a preference, or is like, I need this?
It's like a need or a boundary. Like, this is what it is. This is a non-negotiable situation.
Okay. All right, so clearly express a request versus a requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people tend to say things like, it'll be nice if you do this. Oh, you got a better example? Like, because I feel like it's always, if you could take the trash out when you go type stuff, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, I need you to take the trash out.
Yeah.
Because I'll be pissed if I come home and I still see it. Yeah. Do you feel like you are a requester? I don't know. Are you that one, or are you more of the
I think
latter?
everybody's both.
Do you find value? Not value. I'm just saying, like, I feel like some people are like more passive people, more timid people will probably be the ones who make more requests than requirements. I think now, since we've been on this journey of learning.
You mean clarify them?
Yeah.
Or make them? Because they can think they're making a requirement. But they're saying it as a request.
Have we found that to be an issue? Do you think that you've been making requirements, but they come off as requests? Well, clearly with the clothes situation, I feel like that you were always telling me, like, that came off like why are you putting it, like, instead of you actually coming out and saying, that drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I
feel like I did say that eventually.
I think eventually, yeah. But it's always like mentioned, like, why you always put your stuff right in front of it? Like, how like laughing off. And it's just like, look, we got this shoe rack for a reason. Can you please use it?
I'm very tidy, y'all. I cannot handle when things do not have a home and are in their home.
Put this there. Put this there. You've gotten a little less robotic.
I don't have a choice. We have 2 toddlers.
My gosh. Like, put this there. Like, I'm like, gosh, relax. Just.
But they know how to clean up.
A little bit. I give that. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't think I've struggled with this. I feel like because I'm kind of bold and upfront, I try to be as clear as possible. Haven't been perfect because, like I said, I'm learning myself, learning what I need, like what is required for Nico to be at peace, to be happy, to feel secure, all these things. So as I'm learning these, I communicate them.
1, this sounds super obvious. Like, biblically.
Talk about that.
1, something I was taking like as a request versus the requirement that it is probably was sex at some point.
Dang, really?
Yeah.
Please, man, can I have some sex? Like,
I'm saying it wasn't filtering through as like, I need this to feel connected to you. I didn't.
For me?
That didn't register.
For me?
What?
Like, that statement was from me, or are you saying that you didn't realize you needed?
You.
Okay, because I mean, but at the same time, I think that's fair. I just got to a point to where I was able to say or recognize I need that to feel connected versus talking. This is great. I'm starting to see more value in this, but we've had a lot of conversations where I just walked away and I was just like, sex would be great, just because I felt like that was the connection I needed versus talking. We having great conversations, we laughing and we talking, and then boom, we connected. Nope, you can keep those words. I mean, not to down yours, or like I said, I don't know. This time right here is like extra. Ooh, that hurricane out, boy, St. Louis. This time right here is it's extremely valuable to me. I've ended these conversations and I felt closer to you.
Me too.
You know.
I'll be.
Yeah, that's been great. But once I learned that, hey, sex is important to me, and that's how I feel that's how I feel connected to you, I started to communicate that these things are required, you know.
I think it clicked because I was reading a book, and it was in there. It was like explaining women in marriage versus men in marriage and the differences on how they perceive things and their needs and whatever. That's when it clicked.
Okay. Great. Click. For that.
Yep.
Click.
Okay. Express the need behind requests. The example that Melanie and Seth gave was, we were just talking about this.
Pretty much.
Versus saying, have sex with me, you can express that you want to feel connected to your spouse.
Yeah, I just thought I wanted to feel something. Breast, butt, thigh, whatever. But really what I wanted to feel was connection. I still enjoyed feeling breasts, butts, and thighs, though.
That's great. I'm so glad.
What about you? I mean, do you feel like there's been an issue for you as far as communication? We all know that's a struggle.
All communication for me is an issue.
So what about this one specifically? Like being able to express the request behind it. Like, did you know how to differentiate the two? Because it's something new for me.
You are good at expressing what you want, but maybe don't know why. And I know the things, like the feelings and stuff, that I need actions behind, or like the needs that feel unmet, but I don't know what I'm asking for to get those needs met.
Okay.
I don't know what to ask for.
Then we talked about this, and it was in regards to like you being in some kind of emotional funk. That's what I call them. Sad and kind of depressed, any of those things. I don't know how to live in those. Even now, that's new for me, and I'm just now starting to find value in those. Like, you can find Jesus in those. Like, God is waiting for you in grief and sadness and depression. Like he's there to show himself in a deeper way. And I don't stay in there long enough to see Jesus. I'll be like, nope, I'll see you in happiness, or I'll see you in joy. Like, nope, because that kind of stuff just don't make sense for me. So when here I am trying to help you out of those states, and you not recognizing that I feel like you not recognizing that, hey, you don't have to sit there, you can get out. And you're sitting up here like, well,
what's gonna get me out?
Yeah.
I feel like the suggestions people give me are distractions. And then when whatever that distraction is over,
Oh, yeah.
I'm still going to be sad.
Oh, I'm the distraction king.
So what am I rushing away to? To be right back.
When I don't find value, I'm not saying that you found value in sadness and anything. Do you?
There's value in all emotions.
I mean, now I get it, but man, you couldn't pay me to sit in sadness. Not at all. If somebody's sad, it's like, oh man, you down? Oh man, well, I don't want to interrupt you, man, so I'm gonna go ahead and.
Wow.
You sad. I just feel like you wanna like, boom. You can come with me because we're gonna kick it. We're gonna kind of like smile. We're gonna laugh. But if you, I don't want to interrupt. Like you can have that.
I take it.
It's uncomfortable. Ugh, get it off me. That's just
It's not supposed to be comfortable. You're supposed to be figuring it out.
So I just found out that I got these things, man.
Oh God.
What they call feelings.
All kinds.
Yeah, and it's just like it's different ones.
Yes.
I got happiness. I got joy.
You have despair.
I got cool, like chill.
Mm-hmm.
Melancholy. That's as far as I go.
Okay.
Sadness, depressed, grief, laments. No.
I love lamenting.
That ain't what he lament.
Okay.
For me. But my jokes are dad jokes, boy. Oof.
I'm a fan.
Thank you. The next couple speakers, moving on, are Kenyon and Takara Martin. That was dope. They talked about 4 essential pillars of a marriage or relationship.
I think any relationship.
Yeah, let's go with that because I feel like friendships, this could work.
Parent to child.
That's real.
Work.
Dang, it's a lot of relationships. I was just thinking friends and relationships. Okay. That's why you're here, babe. School you, boy.
Why.
Yep.
You can lead these.
Want me to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go and grab this.
Just wanted to touch some thigh.
I did want to touch some thigh, boy. Safety is one of the pillars. That's our first one. It's actively receiving your whole spouse. They can bring you their dreams, successes, flaws, and etc. Without fear. They can freely be who they are and who they are becoming.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go into like the different points, do you feel safe?
Yes.
How?
You have seen me in every state possible for a human.
That's true.
Besides dead.
That's true. Yeah.
You're still here. You are as supportive as you knew how to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. You feel safe.
Do you?
I do now. I think it's been a journey.
Mm-hmm.
I think I felt as safe as being in a scary movie.
What?
I just don't know. I feel like the closer we got to like really tough moments, especially like emotional stuff or like being vulnerable. Oh, every time I'm in a vulnerable moment, it's like, it's like,
okay.
And I'm the black guy, so I feel like I'm gonna die. But yeah, all that stuff, like, vulnerability. It just felt like, yeah, I'm cool on that. So, it has been a journey. And I think as I've grown to know myself and express what I need from you, you have made me feel safe. There's been times where I try to open up and your reaction initially made me like, you can't have this, no, like one of those. Yeah. So
now who's gasping?
Who gasps? I only thought that was TV thing. Hell, a cartoon.
I'm a gasper.
I surprised her the other day. She said, I was like, dang, people do that? And then my daughter, she do it. I accidentally scare her. She almost fall. I'm like, you look cartoons. It's so weird.
It's so normal.
My kids, it's going to be normal for them. But my side, oh no, it's just like, y'all some weirdos. But you just passed it on.
Your emotions be like, all of them.
I'm consistent, babe. I'm just a consistent dude. When she be like, you're not surprised? I'm like, yeah, I'm super excited. She be like, you're not surprised? I'll be like, yeah, I'm excited. Like, cool. Let's do it.
Be ecstatic.
Babe, we just won $1 million.
That is your wow. Wow.
We just won $1 million. What you want me to do?
I would be jumping on his couch.
I mean,
what?
I'll probably give you that. I give you that. I'm just, look, like I got... This is my lane. I don't really go outside. I
have a new goal.
What's that? Oh my gosh. What?
I want
you
to
gonna
make
do with
you
me
feel...
what I do, what you did to my closet. I was a black and white person. I'm simple, you know.
Oh yeah.
She started giving me, oh, here goes some fuchsia. Here goes some yellow. Here goes some.
And now if you look at mine, like literally half of it, my tops is black
and white.
Mm-hmm.
There you.
Whatever. I want to make you feel extreme emotions. I'm going to try to avoid negative ones.
Okay.
Those are probably inevitable.
Probably not.
I want to make you, like, jump for joy.
You want to make me feel good?
I want you to adequately express what you're feeling so that I understand it without you talking.
Okay.
I need to read ecstatic.
You ever seen Zoolander?
In your body. You finna do that.
It's gonna be blue steel. It's gonna be blue steel happiness, baby. They're gonna be the same. It's gonna be. This is my chill. This is my happy. This is my excited. What else you want? Call it out.
Sad.
Give me another one.
Despair. Gross. Done.
I'll work on it. Okay. It's just new to me, babe. I feel safe now.
Good.
And I feel safe to give you those things.
What changed?
You stopped being an a-hole.
I don't remember that.
You start handling my vulnerability moments. Sure. That you start handling that with a little more care. And I think I communicated like, hey, like I don't feel safe to open up to you. I don't feel like this is a safe space. And you started doing it. And I was like,
it was hard.
Yeah, I bet. See, that's the thing. We weren't doing a lot of our individual work. Once we started, it eventually started to bleed into each other. Or maybe even before we started doing the work, our like mess started to bleed into each other, and we didn't know how to react, and we didn't know how to treat it.
We were triggering each other back and forth.
Absolutely. And when somebody is trying to be vulnerable, I'm peeling back little layers just to show you this, and you be like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, oh, you can't see that. So then you got to a point to where peel a little layer, you like, that's a pretty layer. And then that's too much though. You can't do that. You can't just rip it off. Oh, nah. I'm a very visual person, if you didn't know by now. As we do that, it just got to be safe. So that is actually what's helping us with building our intimacy, recognizing what each other need. And then as we're starting to be more vulnerable, we're showing each other these like raw areas or whatever, just going out on a limb, knowing that the other person is at least there to try to catch you is comforting. You might let me fall. You may drop me, but it's not because it's your fault. It's just that you might not have the necessary tools to hold me down or hold me up. Whatever. The kids up. So you can't even do nothing. Kids don't let you do nothing. We're going to do another episode for kids or about kids.
Well, I'm sure we'll do plenty.
We're going to call it FTK.
All day.
Mm-hmm.
Which is from someone else at this podcast.
Really?
Conference.
Oh, well, we going to keep it going then. Look, I even referenced them. It's cool. But this is going to be a continuation. F them kids.
Forget
them kids. Whatever. For them kids. Whatever. Moving on, guys. The second pillar is security. Having an atmosphere of dependability, having a predictability in your home, how your spouse feels in your absence. I had never thought of that.
How do you feel when I leave the house? You think I'm tripping?
Nah, I think you recognize what you got. At first, oh my gosh.
My gosh, what?
I was a pacer.
Are you serious?
Not like really, but just like in my mind, like, what's she doing? What's she doing? Yeah.
Not felt out emotions.
Pretty much.
You paced internally.
I paced internally. But you want to see me pace? Oh my gosh.
I pace for real.
You do. But I'd be like, what's going on in your head? You'd be like, I don't know.
That's because it's madness.
So your body basically says how you're feeling, but you don't have it up here, and I'm vice versa.
What does your imagination look like?
What does my imagination look like?
Yeah, like when you're thinking about a lot of stuff, what does it look like?
Like Jackson Pollock.
Okay.
What about yours? Yours probably look all like this.
No, this is what I worked toward.
Really?
Yeah.
Yours probably all just like, stress, worries, doubts. They all like structured and
organized. So throw all these photos and then a bunch of like newspaper headlines of my life in a bowl and then just start shaking it up. That's what's happening when I'm like, I don't know. It's just like, I call it a brainstorm. It's just madness. And then I have to sit down and write it out. Or I'm going to stay confused.
Makes sense. Mine is a little more kind of like, it's like splattered everywhere. It's literally, and I'm like, dog, what is this? Wow. Okay. And the more I like can
but
sit with it.
But you know how to like focus on one color at a time.
Yeah, then I'm like, this ink blot, this like an ink blot. Like, oh, that kind of looks like a butterfly. And then just go and break it down from there, you know.
Okay.
It's a whole thing. I got it.
I don't know how we got there.
I don't.
I did it.
When it comes to security. Oh, because security. You asked.
How do you feel when I leave?
Back in the day, I used to worry about you when you went to your old friend's house to do his hair because y'all used to date. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't testing you. I was really putting myself through what I felt was necessary in order for us to be okay.
Say more.
Okay. My view of marriage, I was holding you in that same, like, I was in that same view. Like I wasn't giving you a chance because of what I saw, my parents, other people in my family, our marriages just look like trash. So I didn't expect much different from you. Mm-hmm. I wrestled through that. That was on and off thing. Like I didn't know if you was gonna hold me down when you was away. I seen people be gone 8 hours. I'm supposed to be at work and they doing some dirt, you know. Mm-hmm. So I heard you go
doing dirt.
Doing
You so
dirt.
old school.
Here you are going to your old friend house that y'all dated. And I'm just like, nah, what if he try something? You know, even on days where I felt like you was cool, I don't know him. What he trying? What he doing? You know, is he being disrespectful? Maybe I need to pull up, cause I remember I dropped you off one time. Like and it was like I was insecure as a mug because marriage just didn't show me that it was a safe place, really. And I felt like I need to give you at least a fair chance to prove me that I can trust you. I wasn't being fair. So I decided to, let her go. She was making money, you know, like, do your thing.
And then you paste in your head.
Sometimes, yeah. I was like, how long she been going? It don't take that long to retwist no locks. Man. So, it's a lot, man. And you showed me by doing little things, like when you were telling me at your old job, where dudes always used to holler at you, blah, blah, blah. Can I get your number? Can I get your number? Oh, your husband don't let you have friends? And you always gave him my number or something like that. That stuff made me feel, okay, that's dope. She funny. She holding down. That's great. Now I feel secure.
Good.
Way to go. Insecurity is something I bring into the marriage. Unsecurity is something that happens within the relationship that leaves you exposed. Don't coddle insecurities, but guard them for your spouse. Insecure parties should not hold spouse responsible. This is so rich. It's basically everything that I said. But I want to go in because I brought my own insecurities to the marriage because of my view of past relationships and other people. Holding you to that standard was not fair. Insecurity would be if you did cheat or you did do something that made me doubt every move you made. Have you felt insecure by something I've done or whatever? And also, do you have insecurities? So, both questions.
Yes and yes.
What I do?
You watched porn a lot and hid it and lied about it.
Him?
Yes. That sweet-faced man right there.
He true.
So that was an insecurity.
Okay.
Repeat offense insecurity. And I have I don't know, the same trust insecurity, having been cheated on multiple times. So the difference, I think, between us is I go into new relationships pretty wide open. Like, I give whoever this person is a clean slate. But once something happens, it's like you just kind of drop down real rapidly.
I felt that drop too. I felt like I was on a pedestal. And that fall was epic, baby. That fall was, I felt it. You feel secure?
Now? Most of the time.
What makes you not feel secure?
Reports.
I have Covenant Eyes on my phone. Kind of blocks off just kind of craziness.
And laptop and desktop.
All kind of stuff. So
and
yeah.
iPad.
Yeah, it's great. It actually is amazing. So it gives like reports of like random things pop up, like pop-ups, or even if I decide to click on something or whatever and it blocks it, sends her reports or whatever. So those are the reports she's talking about. Okay, makes sense. So we can dive into that briefly. After I was molested, I got introduced to porn at a super young age. Then I had that was just a thing that I turned to that I now recognize was coping mechanism, but had a relationship with porn that was extremely unhealthy. Even was, low key selling it in high school and stuff. Like, I mean,
That's new information.
yeah, I would like burn CDs and sell them to friends or whatever. But extremely unhealthy. So having that for years, getting saved, finding out that that is perverted from God's view of the covenant between man and woman. Yeah, it was a lot to deal with. And then actually bringing it to my marriage and having to like, oh, now she has to deal with all this baggage from the past. It's just been a lot. So I can see how that right there could make you insecure, especially if those feelings make you feel like past relationships.
Yeah, I felt re-cheated on.
Re-cheated on.
But in my marriage.
And that sucks because for me, I never want anybody to feel that way when it comes to relationships. Because I saw that. That's why I stayed in relationships. You talking about you going into relationships open. I went to any relationship closed. And with you being my first real relationship like this, I really didn't know what to expect. And it was a lot of learning that I had to do with you that has been like first time, So yeah, man, we get into it. Another point under security is don't send spouse into the world emotionally hungry for attention, affection, etc. I remember I said something like this during the drought. When we weren't having sex, we went 13 months or so without having sex. And I remember me trying to be open and honest with you. It was just like, I got hollered at, basically. I got a girl who was basically throwing at me, was flirting with me and all that stuff. And it felt good to feel that because I wasn't feeling it from you. And I don't know if it was the way I said it or whatever. It wasn't received well. It was more like, well, do it, step out. I dare you, like, and I was just like, well, dang, I'm just letting you know that it felt good because I ain't having sex here, and clearly somebody want me, and it just felt good. And here I am trying to share that.
I don't even remember this conversation.
Yeah, man, I was upset because I remember talking to you about it, and then talking to my partner who always talking me off the ledge. He was like, dang. He was like, yeah, bro, like, you were in a tough spot. And I can understand your frustration, especially if she don't even see that. Like, not to say I have the right to step out because you aren't doing your duties. It's just that you have a responsibility in filling my love tank or whatever. And so when I go out into the world, when I'm faced with whatever, because I know that I'm loved here or whatever, I'm straight. I don't need this, even though regardless, I should be like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just thought you was going to say something about that comment because a lot of chicks don't like hearing it, or people, period.
Depends on how it's presented to me. If it sounds like a threat, then enter pride.
You thought I was threatening you?
Not so much. If it's like that lens of if you don't, somebody will. Okay, great. Pride.
You know that's real though, right?
Yeah, that don't
Even
mean
if
nothing.
I say it nice and correctly, hey, you know that.
I don't remember this conversation. I don't remember whoever the thought was during the drought. I don't know who you were talking about.
She didn't know I was married.
You said she kept throwing it at you. So at some point, you didn't say you was married, or she didn't care.
We didn't talk. It was just somebody that I saw in passing. When I was at the restaurant. She walked past me, was staring at me. When I was headed out, she ended up walking past me and stared at me again, smiling. And then when I was in my car, looking to turn or whatever, she pulled up.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. So I'm like, she just kept like, hey, if you want this, you can have it. And old me was just like, that's exciting. Mm-hmm. And that was a chase that I wanted to take. Mm-hmm. But especially because I wasn't feeling it at home, all of that was just like heightened. And it was just like, dog, I missed this. And I would really, it rocked me because I'm like, it really highlighted the fact that I wasn't getting none of this at home. And I was like, man. But I feel like you needed to know that, you needed to hear that this is what I'm faced with. It's cool. You don't remember it. So you didn't hear it, you didn't receive it, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I believe that you said it.
Yeah. I remember because when we talked about it or when you brought it up, it was like, and he said something like, if, somebody else was, and I was just like, I wasn't doing it like a threat.
The conversation I'm remembering was years before that. We weren't even thinking about kids.
Well. But you were so tapped out mentally, yeah. So yeah, it's a lot, man.
I had antepartum depression. I was not present.
What are you doing now to prevent me from going out into these streets, these thought infested streets? To making sure that I am emotionally fed, my attention, I feel like attended to, all these things. What are you doing?
You tell me what I'm doing. Am I doing anything?
Are you not being intentional? You don't have no intentional or an intentionality behind that? You see me, I mean, I be trying to make, like, when you come home, like, ooh.
You be in paint clothes when I come home.
So in other words, I got to do better.
No.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that I try to at least give you time every day. So it's intentional that I give the kids time and I give you time. Like, what you need? Boom. Like, okay, if I'm not going to play the game tonight, I'm going to just chill with you and I'm going to give you that time so you can go to sleep. I just want to make sure you have everything you need from me, all that I have to offer. If you want some of this, you can get some of this.
Has your tank felt full lately?
It has.
Why?
Because I pulled up to the pump.
You pulled up to the pump? What?
We've had some sex this week. I felt connected. I felt wanted. I didn't have to knock, hey, can I have some sex? You was just like, hey, booty. And I was like, dog, thank you. That made me feel great.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Crushed it.
Man, what? Are you intentionally doing that? Or it's just you just going with the flow and it just so happens booty flows when you feeling good? Not like that, but I'm just saying.
I just saw a steady stream of fecal matter.
Come on, dog. I didn't say crap. I'm saying out of your, however we're feeling and we're going, because that means that when things are good, where you're giving up sex or whatever, you're willing to give me what I want. And if not, then you're not on it. This week, we've been talking, we've been doing all these things and kind of doing things that made you feel like you can freely open up to me.
We've been productive.
And productivity makes you feel
like I can have fun.
So if we're not being productive,
then I'm going to be thinking about productivity.
I don't care nothing about productivity.
I know. I don't even believe it. You care.
It's just not
prioritized.
It's not. Why is that priority for you and not me?
I don't know. That's how I'm wired. I'm task oriented over people oriented.
Sex is not number one or for you because the task helps you get to sex as far as connection.
I don't even want sex to be in the task category. I'm trying to get it out of there.
But it is.
You don't want it there anyway.
But naturally, it is for you, right?
Yeah, but task is like not necessarily things I want to do. That's why I'm like, that shouldn't be there.
Right. That's what I've been trying to tell you, man. I know you want to do me, so.
Okay.
Third pillar, guys. Trust. Be trusting and trustworthy. Point number 1 is trustworthiness is your ability to be loyal. That's your character. Trustwillingness is how much trust are you willing to put in your spouse. Every day is a new opportunity for you to give them the benefit of the doubt to succeed at who give them the benefit of the doubt to succeed at being who they want to be. Do you think I'm trustworthy?
Yes.
Why? What do I do to make you feel secure in that way?
Do what you say you're going to do.
That's cool, man. That means so much to me. For a while, I was trash at that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if y'all can hear that thought. It's crazy.
I was also hypersensitive.
Why?
Because my dad grew up telling me a bunch of stuff he was going to do, and he did not.
Yeah.
So if you said you were going to take the trash out, and then I wake up in the morning and the trash was still there, I would have like a whole meltdown.
You was like, you don't never do what you say you don't do. Because my daddy ain't never did it. And I was like, didn't know.
That's not my voice. Or my words.
That's not my
voice. But anyway.
That's not my voice. That's going to be you
from now on. That was triggering.
When I didn't.
Any small thing.
That I realized that I was taking on a ton. I was saying yes to this, to that, to this, and that.
That was another problem.
And I was dropping so many balls.
All the balls.
Not all of them.
All the balls.
I was dropping so many balls that I was like, I don't even like the person I'm becoming. So I just let some balls go.
Over heels, but I was like, this ain't gonna work.
It was during that time where I actually fell off the pedestal. It was a lot, man. That was an emotional time.
Yeah, you was tripping.
Trust willingness. Moving on. How much trust are you willing to put into your spouse? Every day is a new opportunity for you to give me the benefit of the doubt to be who I say I'm going to be. Mm-hmm. Do you believe I'm going to be this person?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Did not always.
I know. Out of fear or what?
No, out of horrible performance reviews.
Man, go. I trust you.
So? Why?
Because you had to earn your stripes out here. I was like, we always had to deal with your exes and stuff. And it was just like...
Yeah, they popped up all over the place.
Why is this another one? How many you got? It's like, Your first. The one you got after me, after you said there would be no other after you. That's what I heard, even though that's not what you said. But you broke up with me to focus on school, then you got with this cat. And I was like, I hate him.
For no reason.
When it was really, I hate you.
You did.
Because you hurt me.
And your little lame friends is telling you to leave me alone.
Because you out here, man, you don't know what you want. You don't let this go by. Your loss.
I didn't.
You kind of did, but boomerang back, and I don't know how. Like, what you doing back here? Like, it worked out. Trust can also relate to money, kids, and more. Mm-hmm. I dropped the ball so many times. The money ball, that account was going negative, and yeah, dog, that was a tough time. But I got it together, you know.
And now I got it more together.
I've been waiting for you to, help out in this area, so thank God.
I needed skills and tools. Now I got them.
See? You know what was tough for me to trust you with? The kids.
Why?
Because every time the kids got hurt, I was like, what are you doing? Mm. And I was like...
You was blaming it on me?
Yeah, I mean, they're kids. Like, what are you? Kid fell down the steps. Kid
Who
fell out the
down
house
the
chair.
steps?
Cam fell down the steps. Fell over the gate, remember?
No.
Yeah, you told me that, and I was pissed. Where was you? Where were you at? And then I was watching Cam one day by myself, and he fell off the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh,
Where was I at?
where was I? Yep, and I was like,
Just be all
okay.
over the place.
But that was early on. Like they were super young. They was fresh, and I didn't know. Like I was like, man, accidents are gonna happen. I can't be mad at her. Like, but you accident prone too. I just didn't realize my kids was gonna be that too.
We got the clumsy gene.
My gosh. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Empathy is the
How
fourth
you feel
pillar.
about that now?
What?
You still think when they get hurt, you be looking at me sideways?
Absolutely. And then your mom, I'd be like, oh, yeah, klutzes. Like, oh. I didn't break things when I was a kid. The worst I got was 5 stitches in my lip.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy ex. I was trying to do BMX game stuff. Yeah, didn't work out. Yeah, I just do random stuff. Going up the stairs, break my ankle. Like,
What?
didn't your mom twist her ankle walking up steps?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's... Gosh, so I'm not looking forward to that. So I really wish my kids have.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't. So I'm just trying to do the work. Empathy is the fourth pillar. Desire and ability to hear, feel, and understand spouse. Their experience matters.
Mm-hmm.
My experience matters.
It does.
I think this is what.
Did I need to hear that?
Did you? I think that's actually what helped you like learn to deal with even my past, like everything that came with it, porn or whatever, like things that happened to me. All these things you started to take into consideration, and I'm not just out here wilding. These things contribute to that.
It was actually what really did it was another book.
What do I know? What do I know?
Surfing for God.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Familiarity. Real quick. Familiarity breeds content.
Way to go.
Thank you. Don't
That's
assume.
me filling your love tank. Affirmation. You killed that word.
I appreciate it, but affirmations don't really do it for me. I appreciate them. They're great. I'd be like, oh, thanks, babe. But
It still went in your love tank.
sure. The more familiar you feel, this F word. F it. The more familiar you are or you feel, the more likely you are to miss your spouse. Is that assuming that you know everything?
Yeah. If I'm trying to explain to you how I'm feeling about something and you like, yeah, babe, that's rough. I know. I get it. But I know you don't get it because I ain't even done talked about it. I'm not going to want to talk to you anymore.
But how you know I don't get it?
Because I know you. And I wasn't even done with all my points.
So you can assume that you know me, but
how
I can't
could
assume
you possibly?
I know you?
You didn't hear the whole story. If you're missing components of what happened, how could you understand?
I probably know up to that point.
Sure.
I'm trying. I don't never try to assume nothing. Your body and your face, or your body, your facial expressions, all that stuff don't match what's going on in your head.
What do you mean? Most people tell me I'm super easy to read because my emotions are on my face and in my body language.
But I don't know for sure what's going on. Like I said, when you be looking like this, when we talking, and I'm like, are you tired? Like, you just not want to have a conversation, or you don't want to talk? Like, you sleepy, or you upset? Like, what is it? Because this right here doesn't seem welcoming. Like, I'm listening. Like, nobody wants to talk to that. If you got gas, then I understand. But if you pissed off, it's just like, Can
when
you
do I hold
push
in
through?
gas?
It was an example for them, but whatever, gassy. um, yeah, I just don't try to assume because I don't always know. I feel like I know you, but there's some I'm a little off sometimes.
I'm a little off.
Yeah.
Unknowing myself, not off in general.
Okay.
Jerk.
You want to say anything about that?
About what?
The
Give me
last
a
pillar.
clear stream of thought to follow.
Empathy.
Do you think you're empathetic?
Me?
Yes.
The question was for you. I know I am.
You just asked me if I had a thought. There it is.
Yes.
Do you think you're empathetic?
I do think I'm empathetic. A lot of times I try to take your feelings or whatever into consideration anyway. A lot of that, for the most part, has dictated what I do. And I'm just now trying to live for me and how I feel and stuff like that. What my therapist said, advocate for yourself. I've been advocating for everybody but me. I'm last on the list. So yeah, I feel like I have done so much of this.
I
And
thought she said show up for yourself.
yeah, but this past Friday she told me to advocate for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't.
How does that look?
I don't know.
Okay. You got time to
I
figure
mean, I
it
make
out.
my plate first.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't need a plate.
Whatever. What your plate got to do with mine?
Get right in that pot.
Oh. Those are the 4 pillars, guys. Clearly, we have 3. I
Do you think I'm empathetic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes. I feel like a lot of times. Well, no.
My answer for you is sometimes.
Really?
I'd give you a 7.
Out of 8?
Out of 10.
Desire and ability to hear, feel, and understand spouse. Their experience matters.
I think the fact that you don't stay in negative emotions makes it hard for you to empathize. You just need some more
to the best
practice.
of my ability.
You do.
Boom. As I'm growing in these other feelings, I'll sit with you 5 minutes in your sadness. That's cool. I got 5 for you. I would start a timer. Cause 6, I'm out of there. Like, Joy, where you at?
But even when you try to sit, you're like, do this.
No.
Do this.
I'm learning. Like, no.
That ain't.
Be sad. Cry, man. Let it out. Oh, man, that's cool.
Feels so good.
Yeah, let it out. You done?
Wow.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cause, happiness is calling.
Oh, gosh.
Hold on 1 second. This is excitement. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Sitting with sadness. Give me 5 minutes.
Bye.
Yep.
You don't need 5.
Man, this is a lot, dog. These emotions and stuff. Oh, man. Anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you for joining us for another episode of EboNics Podcast. You can find us wherever podcasts are found. You can see and watch us on YouTube. And let me see if I can do this right. Notification button should be over there, but that subscribe button should be somewhere down here. Matter of fact, the like button is down here. Wherever the buttons are, hit them. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let's keep the conversation going. We thank you guys for really rocking with us and opening up. Like, that's been great. Seeing people share their stories and encourage us in all that we're doing. Hey, man, we appreciate it. It's for y'all.
I feel like we have a core group
it's so
that
dope.
I love talking to.
It's so dope. We got some exciting stuff coming soon that we would love to.
What we got?
man, you want to talk about it? Put it out there?
I don't know.
Like Patreon in the future.
Oh, sure.
Like exclusive content. Yeah, fun stuff. I'm just super excited about it and super appreciative for everybody who follow along. Super excited, can't you tell?
Oh my God.
Till next time. Peace. Good job, baby.